Gay people shouldn't support Palestine. As I mentioned in the previous video, my father is a Muslim and at work I have to deal with Muslims on almost a daily basis. These people do not like us. They only tolerate us at the moment because they are a minority in a Western country. They have to pretend to be for Western values, for gay rights, because they know it takes some time until they're a majority, and yes, this will happen. And I'm not making this up, this is written in the Quran. And you all fall for it. When Muslims are the majority, when we are living in a Sharia state, we gay people will lose our rights, our freedoms. That's why I'm calling this out. And I'm also calling out these stupid leftist celebrities who support Palestine. You know, I have to say, when I read these desert names like Zayn Malik and Gigi Hadid, of course they're going to support Palestine, no surprises here. But there are other leftist celebrities who are like, I support Palestine too. They're an oppressed brown minority. And you know, you're only doing this because you suffer from the mental illness called white guilt. You want to be lifted up like in that gif with Daenerys Targaryen, lifted up by all these brown people. You want retweets, likes, follows. You want to present yourself as like this virtue signaling, privileged white person. Like, oh, look at me, I'm so privileged. I use my privilege to care about these inbred Muslim minorities. This is a joke. I really want to throw away our Western values, our freedoms, because you want to be popular. It is a nightmare, and I'm aware I'm Caucasian too, and my skin is red alive. But here's the thing, I'm half Arabian, and that's why I don't suffer from this genetic defect called white guilt. That's why it is so easy for me to talk about this topic. And you know, you can do that too. I'm educating you right now, so please listen, because the second reason why you're doing this is because you are fucking scared. You are aware of the things I mentioned at the beginning of the video. You think that if you like, as gay people, as white gay people, like show these oppressed minorities who kill you in Palestine on almost a daily basis, by the way, you want to show them, look, Muslims, we care about you. We can be like beneficial too to Islam. You want them to think in the future that they think back and remember, oh, do you remember how these gay people helped us supporting Palestine, supporting Islam? Maybe we should include them in our Sharia state. You really think that's going to happen? No way. And I also have to reprimand conservatives because I mean, I get why you work together with Muslims because you both are against the woke agenda, you are both against the LGBT community because they want to indoctrinate your children, which I agree with, they are crazy, but that doesn't mean you have to work together with Muslims because when you look at countries where Muslims are not a minority, Christians are killed over there. In the future, and Muslims will outbreed you, it will happen, they have more children than you. In the future, your grandchildren, they can decide between joining Islam or being killed off. And do you really want to support this? And just like leftists, you also suffer from white guilt. You also have this mental illness. Because I've noticed that when Candace Owens appeared, a black conservative, and there are other black conservatives who were against her because they thought she wasn't genuine or something. That's not the topic of the video, I just wanted to mention. When I saw this debate between black conservatives, you white conservatives approached them like the ones who were against Candace because she's more popular. You told them, please, why don't you work together with Candace? We barely have any black conservative voices. We don't need infighting. And that showed me that you too, like you care about that black people represent you because you are so afraid of leftists calling you racist. They always, they say the right-wing party is racist, but then you want to use these black conservatives as trophies and say, look, we can't be racist, we have black people on the right too. Isn't that embarrassing? This is a nightmare. Why can I, with my light snow white skin, tell you how to act normally without being like, I'm not even completely white. I'm a mutt and I have to educate you on how to be proud to be white. It, I mean, people will probably be now pissed off at me for saying I stand with Israel, but it's only logical here because these people, Muslims, they want me dead. And what is Israel currently doing? They're killing them. It's either them or me. Of course I'm gonna support Israel. And before you are now mad at me, because depending on where I upload this video, there are anti-Semitic people, and I'm aware of your conspiracy theories, but please listen. I'm aware that you say that the Jews control the media, that the Jews are so, responsible for the wars in the Middle East, and that's why all these Muslim refugees are coming to the West. That's not how it works. It is only possible because you, white people, you vote for leftist political parties that are pro-Islam, that want to invite all these Muslim refugees. And here's the thing. First of all, if you now say that white people are manipulated by a Jewish minority from the media, I I would never admit to that. How embarrassing! Like, you are billions against. I think there are 60 million Jews all over the world, and these 60 million Jews, they aren't even in the media. Like, just saying, according to your theory, you admit to being easily manipulated. Aren't you embarrassed? And the other thing is, I know your final solution is it to get rid of all Jews, to rid the world of Jewish people. But that won't solve a thing because, as I said, you still suffer from the mental disability called white guilt. You still want to be white saviors. Even if it isn't according to you, the Jews who manipulate you, then someone else will come along. You will never survive unless you work on yourself. This is the point of my video. You can't blame others. It sounds like feminists blaming the patriarchy. It sounds like stupid LGBT activists blaming heterosexual people for heteronormativity or whatever they're coming up with. That's just how it is. So before you call me a Zionist or an Israeli shit or whatever this is called, I'm just speaking logic. Because if I were to go to Israel, I would be safe there. They have in this desert country LGBT pride parades, and these pride parades are degenerate, but just saying, because I see that these pride parades are possible there, I am safe there. I'm half Moroccan. If I would go to Morocco, if people would find out that I'm gay, I would let people know. I'm not safe there. So for me, you can't blame me for being logical, and that's what I'm expecting of you. Become logical. If I get, like, this is the thing. If you still continue now being mad at me for supporting Israel, despite everything I said, all I can respond to that is, you are just jealous because you see that Israel says, no, this is my territory. I have no time for Palestinians. I have no time for Muslims. And if you come here, we will throw rockets at you. You wish that in Western countries you could do that too. Haven't you seen all these videos, these pro-Palestinian protests in the UK, in Australia? Your countries are infested and you let it happen, not a Jewish minority. You voted for political parties that invited all these Muslims to the West. It's your fault. And I have to tell you this. Despite my background, you probably thought, because of my background, because I'm half Moroccan, I would support Palestine. No, I just told you how to think for myself, and you can do that too. So no excuses anymore. You know what to do. And if you, despite all I said, still continue to work together with Muslims, hating on Jewish people, not working on yourself, then you don't deserve it any other way.